We are live. How's it going? Oops. I think we start today, we look at a couple experiments, we play with the renderer some, and then we'll do some other stuff. $138. Okay, so these both kind of work. Interesting that this one did catch up. Whereas this one, it's very close, but it's not quite there. It looks like 149. Yeah, this pillar here, 149, is the best it figured out. 38. I'm curious to see what this thing found. O point. A lot of these are at O as low as possible. Let's do, was it cost less than? Let's do cost less than 200. Filter system drives me nuts that it doesn't work. Okay, Neptune, you guys really gotta fix that. Your query thing is just really glitchy. Okay, so here, very low value of this. Interesting. Burrito front here is 861 at 138 is the best. And this has got to just be drift then. should go look at the, what's it, sweep progress. One update epoch. Mostly 512Ms. Three update epochs. Yeah, so it's just not, I think it is the hyperparam tuner just like having a very bit, small bit of drift around stuff like this. But we did confirm what we wanted to anyways. Green, if you want to chat about rendering, awesome. Yeah, I was just going over morning experiments and then I was going to keep working on the rendering anyways. Check a couple of experiments and get some tea. Wake myself up. This one looks actually pretty damn similar to the previous curve. So the question, I guess, is go find my favorite. Go pick your favorite run. There's a lot of good runs. We'll do this one though. 23336. This trains with 1024Ms. It's got 3 update epochs instead of 2 though, I think. So this, it does not need this normalization, which is weird. I do think that that is going to screw it up eventually, but for now, maybe it's okay. I don't think it screws up the value function learning, honestly. Maybe it screws up advantage, but advantage does subtract mean. So actually, I think it could be fine. Could be fine. Well, there's work to do on this. We'll probably circle back to this later in the day. I'm going to send a quick message on the side here. Actually, I just got to check one email, and then we will get to cool rendering stuff. All right. I'm going to set myself an alarm. Is Mountain Time 2 hours behind? I think it is. There. Do some rendering. Captain will be here in a second, I'm sure. So this is what we have at the moment. Let's fix this ridiculous mess. I guess it's guides. Yeah, this thing. I think these are multiplied by the render scale or something, right? Yeah, these have to be. Where's render scale? Client scale. So it is dynamic. Just divide these by, oh, this is the length of the guide, I see. Yeah, these are still going to be too big, right? 5.0. Let's divide them by 5. Okay, the guides are always facing up though. Oh, I see. So it's not, yeah, it's not rotated correctly. I can do capsule for now. Oh wait, no, here it is, EX. Start pause, end pause. Transform. Okay, I need to see how this was in the original. What is this thing? I don't understand how this thing works here. Like, this should be rotated, right? And where'd Captain
Hey.
go? Oh, there he is. Hi.
Yeah,
How's
just
it
fixing some audio settings.
Can you explain how this guideline drawing is supposed to work so I can fix it?
Yeah, that's one of the more complicated parts. So, like,
It
you
needs
get
a
the
rotation
ink.
on it, right?
Yeah. Um,
I was gonna make it's just a cylinder instead of a line because it's 3D now.
I, you can try, but I honestly don't think a cylinder will look as good. I honestly think it'll look kind of wonky.
Well, what would you use?
Probably just 2D still. Is I think if you look at the original game, it's just 2D with maybe some like little shader to make like it looks like a laser under like that's under smoke or something. I don't know.
Well, what I was gonna do is I was gonna make it so yeah, you're right, right? Like it might be weird to play in a certain perspective, but it can be really cool to render. I mean, you could even this is like an end where you could even do one of these here. Like congratulations, you're a big lab now. You want to absolutely murk DeepMind with this awesome env.
Capture the flag. Yeah, I've seen that.
All right, so
Oh, not
they
that
have
one actually.
these, right? But then where's their universe of things? Well, they got artwork done for it, but
Hmm.
here, right?
Wake playing. Oh.
It's yeah, it's based on Quake. But like you see how they have like all these M's just like tiled like this.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, maybe maybe we could do something.
Oh, you have multiple ends running simultaneously.
hmm
You could do that.
I actually did at one point. I hooked up like the neural MMO renderer. At one point in one of the earlier prototypes, I had it so that you could render screenshots of like different M's of different sizes tiled together.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think it'd be too bad to
It's
do
not
this
hard,
because
not hard at
the
all.
way I have it set up now, you can render multiple M simultaneously with different windows though, not in the same window. But I don't think it'd be I don't know.
It'd be very easy.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard.
Be very easy.
Um,
But the other thing I
I
was
think
yeah I, the other thing I was thinking about is just like for spectating, either first person like free cam or fixed ISO.
first person I honestly think would be kind of nauseating for this game.
No, first person like overview, like up top. Though I have always wondered because like it's so easy to just fiddle with the camera. I've always wondered what some games would look like if you just changed the perspective, right? Like what would League of Legends look like as a first person game?
You'd lose a lot of detail, wouldn't you? Because you
Oh
can't
yeah,
see as
you
much.
absolutely would. It would be a totally different game, right?
Hmm.
But like the same is true of other like okay, what would Overwatch look like if it were third person, like a third person stick shooter?
Yeah. Um, I guess you kind of get a sense of that when you're watching kill cams because you
Uh,
see them in third person, right?
the Overwatch ones are still first person.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different game then. I don't know. I don't
hmm
really play many shooters.
Anyways, um, yeah, I'm not saying it must be ISO or anything. I just figured I'd like try some stuff. Let's fix this at
Yeah.
least. I do think we want to keep it in 3D and then like for now, and then chuck shaders on, and we might still do screen space stuff like because some of the UI stuff is tricky. Um,
Yeah, like I think a lot well, I saw you kept the text on the sides 2D, which is I think is smart because that's purely UI. And I also think the text like the ammo text should be kept 2D. I
yeah,
think that
I
just
haven't
be
done anything with that yet.
okay.
I
The
think that's probably going to be good as well, 2D.
yeah, I think the charge meter for certain weapons, one small, I think that should also stay 2D. One small change I might make to make it a little sleeker though. I noticed in the original, it kind of curves around the drone to make it a little cleaner looking, and it's a little more it's a little less blocky. It's a little more
hmm
sleeker. But that'd be easy to do. You just make it yeah, you can just do that with the draw ring call.
Yeah,
It's not
you
hard.
probably can. I haven't done any of that stuff yet because now I have to figure out a different transform.
Yeah.
There's a separate transform to do, but no big deal.
Well, at
Anyways,
least I already have 2D transforms figured out. Well,
well,
I
you
guess
had
the
it for the
2D.
original camera.
Yeah, I guess it's different now.
hmm
Ugh, that's annoying.
No big deal. Can you
Yeah.
explain how you did this? Like there was rotation or something here for the aim guide, and I don't see where it is.
Can you turn line numbers on again? Because it's hard to pinpoint. I just have to keep telling you higher or lower.
Is it number?
Yeah, so it should be an 822. Um, yeah, again, a lot of this like trig math stuff, I got help from an LLM and then just like so I don't really totally understand how it works because my trig is very rusty. But
You know how
yeah,
rotation matrix works, right?
kind of. Yeah.
Here. The 2D examples are really easy. Oh, and there's your camera projection matrices.
Yeah,
But
I should know
here's
this
your,
stuff.
I mean, yeah, here's your 3D rotation matrix, and it's
Mm,
literally
cool.
just one, so identity on the axis you don't care about, and then on
Mm-hmm.
the plane you are rotating, cosine, negative sine, sine, cosine, which is the 2D rotation matrix. And you
Mm,
can kind of convince yourself, right? You can see 90 degrees, right? This would flip 90 degrees, negative x, or was it negative y, x,
mm-hmm.
right? Negative y, negative x, negative y, and then you have cosine, negative sine, sine, which cosine is the arbitrary angle rotation.
So wait, why are there four numbers in there? I get like one. Like yeah, why is it a matrix, I guess? Because
Well, you
you're dealing with
multiply it
pure
by the
vectors.
coordinate. So you multiply this by xy. So your xy is a
Oh,
vector, right? It says how
yeah.
much. So for the new x coordinate, right? The new x coordinate is going to be cosine of the old x coordinate minus sine of the old y coordinate. And then was it the new y coordinate is going to be sine of the old x coordinate plus cosine of the old y coordinate.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Right? And if you actually get some pen and paper and you draw out where that actually lines up, you'll see that that is a rotation matrix. Yeah, like this,
Eh,
literally this diagram.
okay.
Right?
Cool. Makes sense.
So that's how that works. And then if you want to make a big fancy 3D rotation matrix, you can multiply them all together. So like if you want to rotate around three different axes and you see like a really fancy formula, this is just the rotation matrix for a plane. Where's it? Yeah, elementary rotation matrices, these ones. And you can, if you want to apply multiple, you don't have to apply one, then the next, then the next. You can multiply them all together, right?
Hmm.
In order to do all the transform at once.
Yeah.
But then there's this weird thing called gimbal lock, and then the quaternions get in, and that's where I stopped knowing how things work. But no, in the meantime,
Yeah, I've
this is
heard
fun.
of Quaternions or whatever, but
Quaternion.
haven't. Yeah, whatever. Like
Whatever.
I said, this is anything like Impulse Wars is my first time doing graphics programming in my whole life, so not great at it. Yeah, I've never really written anything with any sort of front end whatsoever, whether it be a web front end or some kind of graphical front end. I've
Well,
just
web front
always,
end's kind of cancer. I've used
yeah,
so many different things. I've done for neural MMO alone. I did 3JS, Pandas, Pygame, Kivy, Unity. What else I did?
um,
Obviously, the most recent ones in Raylib. There was like this jank TypeScript client. There's so much stuff. I've like written half dozen different clients for just neural MMO.
yeah. I've always focused on like back end stuff or like client interface, like
How
T
come?
TUIs if anything. So
How come you don't answer your email? Did I miss something? Did you send me something that I missed? What email did you use? Meantime, um,
oh,
I don't
so
think I missed anything.
okay. About what you did so far though. I
Mhm.
think it's looking pretty good overall, but I'm not sure I'm a fan of the puffer colors on this M though, to be honest. Like at least replacing the background to be the cyan and the blue walls with the cyan. Like there's less contrast between the other stuff with the cyan and the
It's
yellow and
not
red.
final. I was just
Yeah,
slotting stuff in to try. I want to
yeah,
actually get the rendering animations in first. Let me see
that's
what
fine.
let me see what this stuff. Apparently, I got sent something for my MIT email. Actually, I think was there an issue with that lately?
Email?
Somebody said that they sent me something and asked me why I don't answer my email. And the
Yeah, it's not.
usual reason is that I didn't see it or didn't get it. Don't show. I'm not showing on stream. I have it on the side monitor, but I can't find. Let me just send myself something from my MIT email real quick, so I make sure because I thought I had something weird with that. No, I get it. Okay. When did you send this? I'm not seeing anything that doesn't look like an ad so far. So usually the reason is if I'm not answering something, I haven't gotten it or haven't seen it. Oh, 227. Oh, okay. Hang on, let me just make sure I haven't missed. Hang on, Captain, 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
I try to answer stuff generally and not miss things, so
They
I
said
really
they
need to
sent
clean up
another
my
message
MIT
to.
mail because my puffer inbox is pretty clean, but like just from MIT and stuff, I've just gotten so much crap in this inbox. Honestly, I should literally just like make one of the filters where you just get rid of everything that has an unsubscribe button.
Oh, I hadn't even know it exists. That's nice.
227 is yeah, I don't see anything here. I literally only have spam from that day. PufferLib. Well, I usually do answer MIT as well. But yeah, jswar is at puffer.ai. But yeah, I don't see, even looking back at the MIT inbox now, I don't see anything in here. Like, it's not, I don't get that much spam. There are only like 10 things from that day, and I don't see anything here. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of like instantly, by the way, right? Like you can get a hold of me here on stream, on freaking Discord, on X. Like I'm very easy to get a hold of. I don't generally just ignore stuff unless people are straight up trolling. Just don't ask me to launch a freaking token and you'll be good. Okay. Captain,
Yeah.
how are yeah this thing? So this just computes an angle, right? Then
Yeah.
how did you make it so that this is a rectangle with the width is, I don't see a rotate on this anywhere. Was there one?
Yeah, so in the Draw Rectangle Pro, you can draw at an angle.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
So most of the time I got away with doing that. Only one or two times does Raylib not let you um just tell it what angle to draw it at. So I only had to calculate the
Yeah.
angles for like the trails and stuff. But
I
most of
think
the time I could just say, "Hey, rotate this for me," and it just did. So that was nice.
yeah, cylinder doesn't have a rotate on it, sadly.
Yeah.
So, I mean it's just so wait. It looks like protein is really resistant to filling out the right end of the distribution. Do I set high min? Link me sweep, Spencer. It's not resistant to it. It's resistant to wasting time filling out the right end if it can't find anything. I just literally the other day had a sweep where it would only fill out at the top end because it was like because the highest cost kept finding better solution.
Hmm.
And actually, the opposite problem is the one that's way more common and harder to fix.
Oh,
I
it only does expensive stuff and not.
Yeah,
Whoa,
it wastes too
that's
much
a
time
lot.
is the way more common thing that's hard to fix. But I think we kind of did it. Okay, you just linked me your entire runs, so I assume it's this one. And you have a dashboard? Yeesh. Oh, you do. Okay. The hell? There's some distribution thing going on here where I mean you don't have all the parameters. It might be update epochs or something. You can see it's kind of split, right? There are all these ones that just get stuck on score of 0.4, and then there are a few that do better. So this is weird because it's not able to replicate this point, right? The thing that's happening here is that it found a good point up here, and it's not able to replicate it consistently. So, um, it's building a predictive model, right, of like what hyperparameters map to what scores, and it's trying to beat the best score. And I don't think it can right now because there's something like this is not the way a curve should look. There's something wrong, most likely in the environment. Um, there shouldn't be like a shelf here, but then also some points that just do way better. You can see there's like a flat hard line, and it's at 0.4. So presumably there is something there as well. You can actually see it in the graph, right? Some of these runs blow right by 0.4, and some of them get hard stuck at it. So yeah, there's definitely something different in the end there. I would double check that. Looking forward, I think I got the email. I still don't have anything from you. And it's not in spam either. Are you spelling my name wrong or something? It's JSUAREZ at puffer.ai.
You could always send the email in chat, right?
Nice charts. Thank you. Yeah, it's just kind of odd. Anyways, how are we? We need to figure this rotation thing out for like several different things, I think. Um, but box 2D should have that, right? Isn't there like a B2 rot or something?
Yeah. What do you need to do? You need to rotate something? Yeah, I get it above. I get it at 822.
822. Oh, yeah, here it is. So get angle. Is there like can we just like rotate a point?
In box 2D?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, you can transform it using like a rotational matrix. I mean,
yeah.
you can tell it to rotate an object, but that'll like, change its physical body.
Can it do like aim back to was it aim guide width is
Aim guide width is how long the aim guide is.
how long it is.
Yeah, this one was kind of tricky to get right, honestly. But yeah, just so why do you think like are you just trying out a cylinder to see how it looks? I'm not sure like what the
Yeah,
point of
well,
the
because it's
cylinder is.
also it's just like the thing is in 3D now. So if I just draw it, I can't just draw it in the only way you can just purely draw it in 2D, I think, is if it's full top down. But even then, if you're gonna use a perspective camera like with parallax, it still looks weird, doesn't it?
I don't know. I need to boot up Retrograde Arena again and see. I bet they have some effects on the guide. It might be 3D, but it looks more of just like a because you don't
Well,
think
we will be able to put effects on the things as well.
yeah, but I'm just wondering like how they made it look the way they did because I don't know anything about
Hmm.
graphics.
I would be really surprised if they had 2D models in a perspective game. That's kind of weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Um oh, did you see what I linked yesterday in development? That other like companion library of PufferLib?
Hold on. You know what I bet happened? Uh, I bet that this I bet that this got put into my this probably went into my spam because that's not my name. The original method's listed as Jonathan. So that's probably what happened.
Wait, what? Why is it listed as Jonathan?
No, in the email that he sent me, the original email had my name wrong, so it probably went into spam.
Oh, because yeah.
Right? Because like they get your if they get your name wrong, it's like it's like a common thing that they'll just put like a common name on a spam message.
Yeah.
So I do answer my email if I do not like check my spam box consistently, but I don't even see it there. I think it just like but it just gets rid of anything that's too old in spam, so I can't even see it. All right. Yeah, I will reply to set something up for this week of March. Cool. We will set something up. Okay. Um That's so funny. That's totally what happened. I think that if you're looking for just like general graphic stuff, right? I think that this is what you'd want to do. You'd want to do make rotation. Is there a B2 rotate?
Uh, no, there's just like the B2 raw, and you can do stuff on that.
Okay. Well, we could literally just do, what is it? B2, what is it, or, vector 3, aim, equals, let me find the matrix. Is it cosine and cosine? Yes.
So yeah, Joseph, did you see what I posted in development yesterday?
Oh, let me see.
I just found it's so I joined the Raylib Discord just because I figured
Oh,
I
the
just
pair particle system. Yeah. So
it
I'm
has a
sus
lot
this
of
is
nice
a
things.
little
It looks
suspicious.
really
Is
nice,
this is
honestly.
not official, right? This is like
It's not, but it looks really nice. Like if you just look at the header, include whatever, everything looks like very similar to Raylib to use. They have a
mhm.
lot of examples.
I'm surprised there isn't like I think there are a few different projects like this.
This one seems really nice though. You're gonna not like it though because it pretty much, I mean, you could hack around it, but like out of the box, it only works with CMake because it uses like
Pain in
it
the ass.
embeds certain stuff in your bind. I don't know. It works out of the box. Like I could probably get it running in like 2 minutes with my CMake
Hmm.
thing, but it'd probably take a minute to get working in like proper. But
I mean they have like
yeah,
they've
it's
got
nice.
decent looking stuff loaded. I'm
Yeah,
confused like why like Raylib does have 3D, so what is this?
yeah, read it. It has just a bunch of stuff like added on, or maybe it makes it easier. I don't know. I'm not really sure, honestly.
This
It just
material
has.
stuff I think would be it's just a shader wrapper, isn't it?
I'm not sure. I think Raylib has a material system, but it makes it sound like it handles some material stuff for you, and it has lights. But I think it's just a lot of it's adding on to
Raylib has
Raylib and
lights.
making, yeah, it's making some of it easier to use. I think. I don't know, but like
Hmm.
particles, for example, you can do particles in Raylib, but they already have a system here. You don't have to like roll your own.
It's
Just
just
go to the
230 lines.
yeah,
What is this?
just go to the include and just look at what they have, or look at some of the examples.
Jeez.
Very long files, but it's commented pretty well. It has apparently better support for deferred rendering, which can be like a huge perf. I don't know if we need it, but like I don't know. I was reading a little bit because that was new to me. It can be a big perf optimization if you're doing a lot of lighting stuff. I don't know. It can also render at an internal resolution that's different, so you can do some cool stuff with that. I don't know. It has a lot of cool advanced stuff. Like if we're really wanting to get into this, I think this might be a nice addition. And at least in my project, be very easy to play with because I could add it in 2 seconds because it supports CMake. What was I gonna look up? Oh, right.
This API, this like, you know, this is a wrapper around a wrapper, right?
Hmm. I think it does add some new stuff.
Well, a lot of this shit here, right? Like, this is just bullshit, okay? Like, all this stuff, all this is doing. So, the only reason that they would have getters and setters here, there are two reasons. One is that they're just dumb, because this is horrible design. But the second reason, which is more valid, is that they need to set a shader value, right? And they don't want the user to be exposed to the shaders, but shaders aren't that scary. You can just expose the shaders. So like if anything, I do want a good shader, right? A lot of this stuff is just shader. Actually, we can even probably go find it. We can just like go find their shader here. The particle system will probably be a little different. If anything, that's what I would want to look at. But here,
Yeah.
let me show you. So where's this? Include embedded source. R3 shaders.h. They have their shaders somewhere. They inline them or something? FS screen bloom. Did people put here they are. Yeah, there you go.
Hmm.
So you see all this stuff?
All these shaders, yeah.
So like this is what a bloom shader looks like. It's tiny. Right? And you can just set these values, right? Like you can just shader set value or whatever. You can just set these values. Um, the big one is honestly just like your general lighting shader. Yeah, this is a big shader. So this you want, right? This
Mm-hmm.
is a general lighting shader,
Yeah,
and
it's
you want to
nice.
make sure that you get a good one. So this one has shadows. Okay, so there's like all the shadow code. This is it right here.
Yeah, it has good shadow support.
Yeah. So this is shadows. And what else? Veto, diffuse lighting, specular. So I don't even know if this is the one we want, but we want a shader for this. And the shade it's just like this is your general lighting, shadows, everything. Um, but like you don't need a big API over this. You literally just set these values and then the shader runs.
Mm-hmm.
So we will look at this. I don't want to just like grab this thing blindly though, right? You know, Raylib is a GL. Raylib is essentially an OpenGL wrapper,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And now we have a Raylib wrapper.
Yeah, yeah.
I do
Yeah,
want to
I'm
look.
not
I
saying to
do
use it
here.
for
I
sure,
want some of
but
these
it could be
features. The
useful.
question will just be how we grab them.
If you want to terraform this library and make it your own just because you don't like the setters and getters, you can be my guest, but I would rather spend my time just, even if I don't like the API as much, I don't want to
Well,
spend
it's
more
not
time just
that.
like,
It's I don't want to grab this entire massive library when you need like 300 lines.
I mean,
Like
sure,
you literally
but
can grab their shader and then just like set shader, and it does the same thing.
if you only want the lighting, yeah, but if we're doing some other stuff, you might as well just use the whole thing because we're not on a we're not on an embedded system or something where like every byte in the binary counts, or we're not
No.
like starved for FPS or whatever. Like we it's not like we're struggling to maintain like 60 FPS or something. So
So this is a wrapper for the material system that Raylib already has. Deferred lighting, directional spot. I thought that Raylib had, maybe Raylib only has point lights.
I
I'm
don't
gonna be
know.
confused, but I think that's what we need anyways. We do, shadows are cool.
We probably just need an omnidirectional light, right? Just at the top. I don't know.
It's the point light. That's a point light,
Oh, okay.
but which Raylib already has. Like Spencer's thing, that's all it's using.
Oh, I guess omnidirectional would just be in every direction. Not
Mhm.
yeah, it would be a point light. Okay. Yeah, but if they
Skybox.
have, we don't need a skybox. We just need
Hmm.
black or something.
Post processing. Okay, some of these are cool, but these are
Yeah, that's what I
literally
was thinking.
individual shaders.
Mm-hmm.
Instance rendering.
I'm
I don't think we need this.
not sure what that is to be honest. I'm not sure what a brush
Instance
strength is
rendering is
either.
like if you have 50,000 of the same object and you need them to be batched.
Okay. Well, so between begin draw and end draw, I was looking into this. They're all batched anyways, so I don't know.
Yeah, this is a
It
little
probably
separate.
batches.
Yeah, but
Okay.
custom color. I thought that this is. I'm surprised
Oh,
if Raylib doesn't include this, but your scene is tiny anyways.
yeah. That would be more useful if we did like the huge MMO thing.
I think it would still already cull stuff
I
out to
don't think
view.
so.
No?
No, but it renders whatever you render, and if it's not on screen, it's still going to render it. You
Mm,
have to just not render it. So this is just
mm-hmm.
makes it easy to test if things are in the camera's view or not, basically, is what I'm understanding.
Yeah, so the way that you do that, if you had an overhead or even at a slight angle, is you just figure out the crop of tiles to render, and you just render everything there. And
Yeah.
that's even better than this. Just like literally just put bounds on your loops.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Blit management
I'm not sure what a blit is. Oh, yeah.
renders at an internal resolution. So you can render
So,
at a different size and then scale.
yeah.
That's
Is
also
that all?
that's also like a few lines of code in Raylib.
Is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
So like a lot of these things that you're seeing, these features, are just things you can do in a few lines of code with Raylib. Um, the big stuff would be like we'd have to look at the particle system because that could be substantial,
Yeah.
and then the shaders themselves. But then you just grab the shaders. Like
Yeah.
yeah. So you see how like when I'm looking at something like this, I like okay, what does this actually do,
Yeah.
right? Because there it's not free, right? It's not like we're
No,
like
I
on bike.
understand.
It's not free at all.
Trust me, I know how to like generally what's the word? Like look over depths. I don't
Mhm.
just blindly include stuff. But the thing is, I'm so ignorant about rendering and how to use Rayloop. I can't, objectively say, oh, like this is useful
Yeah.
or not.
Well, this is
I
just
just
going to
thought,
confuse you more then, right? Because it's really easy to learn if you're looking at something like Raylib. It's really easy because it's a really, really thin abstraction.
yeah, I don't know. I've looked at a lot of examples and a lot of the, I don't know, effects and stuff are still kind of complex.
But it's because it's a shader.
Yeah, I
You know
haven't
how
used a
shaders
shader
work?
before. No, I
So
mean,
you have two
yeah,
different files, right? There's a vertex shader, which is like if you have a mesh or whatever, it's on every point. You have a fragment shader that's on every pixel.
mm,
And then it's a batched operation that does the same. I mean, you can think of it like the clear way is just it does the same thing to every pixel. But in practice, it's like it will take care of okay, this these pixels, this triangle in your mesh, right, mapped to this point on in pixel space. So then you're going to apply this to this pixel, and then you can do things like you can get the angles at each vertex, and then you can use that to inform how you will render. And I mean, lighting is essentially it's just a bunch of math with like the angles of the polygons and stuff, right?
mm,
Then and this is stuff people have worked on many years, but like it's actually really accessible. Like if you were to just look up here, if you were to just look this up, I took like one basic course. Okay, here's Phong reflection, right? So this is what happens if you render nothing. This is diffuse rendering, here's reflection. And this is like a few lines of math. And then it ends up being like a 100-line shader.
Hmm.
And that's it. No extra depths. So like you can very, very easily learn some of this stuff if it's interesting to you.
Yeah, I'm not sure how deep I'll go. I'll probably just, I'm not sure. Probably just enough to make it look interesting, and then
Mm-hmm.
we'll see if I'm actually interested
Have
in
you seen
it or
this
not.
site?
What site?
Shader Toy?
No. I think someone referenced it somewhere.
So like stuff like
That's
this.
cool. Whoa.
That's cool, right? It's really cool.
Yeah.
Here's all the code for it. 300 lines for this whole thing.
Hmm.
So shaders are
I mean,
really, really powerful and really cool.
hmm.
I mean, here, particle experiment. Okay. Here's somebody's like newbie particle system that they made. This is 79 lines.
Hmm.
Right. So the stuff is not, I mean, the stuff is really cool, but it's not magic.
Yeah.
Somebody made a square wave, this demo, this like square, I've seen this around
Huh.
as a shader.
Interesting. And shaders run the GPU,
Yep,
so
that's the point. This is some sort of crazy, trippy fractal. Yeah, there you go. All right. Here, I'm actually going to do this one manually because um, we need this. We need the angle. So this is aim angle. Add 2 degrees. Does the math function take degrees or cos? Here, math cosine in radians. Cos t. And this is there. I think this does it, right? So then this is going to be this is grown there. So I think we can just do aim end. Height is radius. And it's radius as well. Sides and color. And I only did the charged one for some reason here. They're the same positions though, aren't they?
yeah, so basically the way I handle charged is, well, if you look at the original, normally it's just a rectangle for the aim guide, but then if it's charged to make it easier to see,
Mm-hmm.
rather than having to watch the meter like at the base of your drone where your drone is, you can, usually when you're charging a weapon, you're kind of keeping your eye on the
Mm,
player you're trying to hit. So then the whole guide, there's like a fainter, um, I
okay.
guess like guide that's like a little it's not the height, it's not the width, it's the height, but when you're looking at it, you think of it as the width. It's like a lower alpha
Yeah.
underneath,
So in
so
that
it kind
case,
of
then
like,
we do want to do, we just want the aim vector, I believe.
yeah,
So this is
it's
just
based,
the direction you're, this is just vector that you're aiming in as unit vector. Should be.
yeah, and then it has to take a length though, which I calculate. because there's a max length of the game guide per weapon, but then you a lot of times want it shorter, so you're not it doesn't just go
This
through
is the
walls
height
or
the
any
length,
of
or
the stuff.
was width length, right? Charge game
The
guide width.
width is the length. The width is the length. The height is like how thick it is.
Where did width go? Charge game guide width. Oh, where'd width go? Wait, are they the same width?
No, they're yeah, they're the same width because
Oh,
width is length. They're same
okay,
width.
so there is a different thickness. Hang on then. In that case, then I had it right to begin with.
Yeah, the only thing that's different is the thickness
Yeah, in that case, then
and
we
the
can just
alpha.
do this the way that I was doing it.
The alpha is the important part because you don't want the whole thing just thicker. You just want it. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work in 3D though.
You don't want the thing thicker.
No, you don't just want the whole thing thicker. You want to be able to see the well, at least the way I had it. You want to be able to see the original, but it's almost like
Yeah,
it
it's
has like a
transparency.
yeah, yeah.
That's fine, totally. Start radius, end radius. Start pause, end pause, start radius, end radius, sides, and then color. Perfect. And then this aim guide is the exact same thing. Aim end. And then it takes these two, sides and color. All right. Let's see if we get this working. I forgot what flags I had. At one point I had really nice flags where it would just give me the first error and not spam me with a bunch of garbage.
See, I always take note of those warnings that you just ignore. So
Well, I do, except for the fact that like this is in the middle of a port and it's just warning me about unused variables from stuff like where I've replaced part of it and I haven't fully replaced stuff because I want it there as a reference still.
so it's funny. In Go, like the basically like an unused variable is a compiler, and you can't just turn that off. You'd have to modify the compiler
That's
itself. So I just
insane.
really yeah. Go is a very opinionated language. So, I just got used to dealing with that. So yeah, like even if I'm refactoring, I just comment things out,
That's
whatever. Like
crazy.
it's second nature now.
Unused variable equals compile warning. Pass wrong pointer type to function is fine.
Yeah, no, that's C. Well, no, no. Also, well, no, if you that should have warned you at least. I think it did warn you, but you were just ignoring all the warnings because
Because
there's
there's
so
too many
many.
garbage warnings, right?
Yeah, which I don't blame you. But I have like all the warnings I can have enabled, and usually I just, take care of all of them. That's a big reason how my code is so clean because I don't have unused parameters, I don't have unused variables. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I do actually do that for if you look at a lot of the puffer M's, it's just the flags that I compiled with are different from the ones that the Python uses. So I take care of whatever ones that I have enabled. But then like there's stuff like W pedantic where it's like, hey, please make your code worse in order to satisfy this warning. Uh,
I haven't found that to be the case. A lot W pedantic, yeah, like it finds some
it's
annoying things,
pedantic.
but for the most part, yeah, I don't know. But see, like all the undefined behavior and stuff, like I want the warnings to be pedantic because I want to, potentially catch future bugs and stuff. So I don't mind that. But what's nice about
Opinionated is
Snake is
fine if the opinions are like not shit.
I mean, in my opinion, or there's been like one or two pedantic. Okay, there have been like one or two pedantic warnings that were just invalid for what I was doing, but I specifically disabled them. I said, okay, give me all the pedantic warnings except like these two.
Okay,
But then
that's fair.
also and then with the Python stuff, that is annoying. Like the Python generated code will trigger the pedantic,
Hmm.
but in CMake you can just say, yeah, don't do pedantic for this one file.
Yeah,
So CMake is nice.
sometimes.
When it
Uh,
works, it's great.
I would love to know why this is an undeclared variable.
What is? Where is T? Is that new
It's
for you?
right here. It tells me
First
it's
use
unused on
is
the next line. Oh, because I forgot a up here.
Yeah, that would do it. Uh, I'm should be hopefully pretty close to getting the whole, like, entity pooling ID thing working so I can get the black hole weapon actually working, but
That'd be cool.
yeah. Um, Fighting some bugs though. I'm able to reuse some of Box 2D stuff, which is nice. I just include
Uh-huh.
their internal headers and just use some of their pooling code.
Holy.
Why aren't the aim guys rotating? I
They
guess you
are
haven't figured that.
rotating. Well, I've
But
seen them rotate a few times. I don't know if
I don't,
they're rotating correctly.
yeah, I don't. The aim guide or the respawn guides are weird. They just get huge. They just get huge to go small.
Yeah, I haven't fixed those yet. I mean, it's like it's rotating,
So
but it
I
doesn't
think if
look
you
like
look
it's
at the
correct.
I think if you look at the original game, I think the respawn guides were 2D.
The respawn guides were 2D.
Yeah, like just the ring that like closes in
Oh
on you
yeah,
when you
I mean, we
respawn.
could make it 2D. I was just playing with something.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to. I actually haven't been able to like to play with that nicely because for whatever reason the 3D stuff doesn't load in until the game starts fully. So I
Yeah, I
can't.
saw that. I'm
Yeah.
not sure why. That's weird.
The thing is, I don't intend for it to be like this weird mesh thing. I think what's more likely is we're gonna get like a soft fading sphere somehow.
Yeah, we you can try it, but I honestly think just a 2D circle would look the best.
Could be. It could be ring. I
Yeah,
mean, there are a lot of
yeah,
things. You
it
could
could be
also
ring.
put the ring in the plane of the game. That could also be cool.
What do you
It
mean?
could be like it could be like a ring. So it's like it looks like a 2D ring, but it's in the plane of the game,
As opposed to in the plane of what?
the screen.
Yeah, I don't see how that's different.
So it's like it would be in perspective essentially. So it's like a ring around it, like as it stands.
Oh,
Yeah, you could do stuff like
I
that.
I think it'd make it less obvious.
Really?
Like I think at that point, personally, like you could
Hmm.
try it and see, but my gut is that it would make it less
All right.
obvious
Well, if
at
it
the
looks
top
worse,
of
I'm not gonna do it. But
yeah.
I think you should try a bunch of stuff. I would like to fix this so we can actually see these things aiming at each other because it's clearly they're not aiming at each other, right?
Yeah, because if you're trying to play right now, you have no idea where you're aiming.
Mm-hmm.
And until I got the aim guides worked out, it was like impossible to play because you were
Yeah.
just kind of
No,
guessing.
it's a major thing.
Yeah, the very early days, it was like, okay, where'd that shot go?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
this
I'll have
is
to
it's
correct
not.
with it.
Yeah, you can clearly see it's like not doing it. I also
Yeah,
don't know what's up with the length of these things.
yeah.
I mean, I have. Presumably, it's just this thing: drone pos x, drone pos y, and then you just specify the aim end vector, right? Um, and this just has to be the correct math, right? Like if I just to make sure that this is working, right? If I just do aim end, if we just do like this one plus 2 plus 5, and then z is this plus 5, it should be at an angle, right?
Why three? Oh.
So they're like still all, the vectors are all still different, right? Yeah. So I don't think, this is like some other thing that's being drawn over it, I think.
Hmm? What other thing?
I don't even think that this is the like what we're looking at. I think if I comment this, we're still gonna have it there. No, okay, that was the cylinder that's being drawn, interesting enough. I did get the trails working, you saw, right?
Yeah, they're offset from the projectile a little bit, but yeah, I'm surprised they're
The
working as well as they do.
projectiles.
Yeah, like if you look really closely, it's like they're hooked
Oh, they might
at
be.
certain angles.
I
Do you
mean,
see
there might
that?
be an offset to deal with, but also
Yeah.
the player trails.
Yeah, the player trails look good. The projectile, I guess it's hard to tell because
Yeah,
it's just so far
we'll
away.
like
Oh,
have to zoom in and stuff.
Yeah.
The explosions don't look good yet. I have to fix those. Okay, so this was actually aim end. I'm confused here because I literally have the aim end vector specified as
Why is it always returning 0?
+5. I mean, what if I do this? They should all go to the same point, right? Yeah. So that works, right? That's kind of cool looking, actually. But then if I do +5, it didn't. It did something really unintuitive, I think. Like, these should all be facing the same direction, but they're not. Somehow, right? Yeah. So I don't see how these are all facing different directions now, do you?
No.
Oh, wait, pause Y. I have it pause Y for both. Hold on. Okay, yeah, I was stupid. X plus this. Plus 1. Maybe this just does it for us. It's off a little bit, but they are actually you can see the aim vector is flipping around to the right spot, or like it is flipping when it is aiming. I think there's an offset here or something. Also, this is too short, right?
Yeah. Yeah, way too short.
Aim guide. Okay, yeah, I messed with this because it was in like pixel space or something. So this doubles the width, the length of the aim guides. Holy, that looked really cool.
What? I didn't miss it.
It just like did like this ricochet bounce off of everything.
Oh yeah, that happens in that map sometimes. I think the biggest thing that would make this look a lot cleaner, well, two things. Like change the perspective to be top down, and
All right,
then
let's do top down for you.
um so the way the original was, you couldn't completely see through the walls, you could just see their edges. Does that make sense? And I was trying to figure out how we're gonna do that.
Might be
Maybe like
shader.
we draw.
I gotta look at it, but it might be shader.
Well, no, I think it might be even simpler than that. We just draw, like, basically we draw the wireframe cube like you are, and then you just draw like a black cube, like fully filled in cube that's a tiny bit smaller, so you can see the outlines, but the rest of it's filled in.
Hmm.
No, that actually might look worse because you can see the difference in size because it's 3D. I don't know. There's got to be some easy way to just have the edges like colored, but yeah, you could get away with stuff like that in 2D. So I never mind.
Okay. So you wanted top down? Hmm. don't know. You lose a lot of the
I think if we zoom in, that's good.
you lose like a lot of the benefit of 3D from having it fully top down.
I mean, but that's the way it's most playable. I mean, gameplay is the most important thing. Because like I think um the original devs prioritize it looking cool too much. Yeah, that actually looks kind of weird. I'm not a fan of that actually.
Well, this is the FOV.
Yeah, okay, yeah. If we change FOV, it might be better. What's the FOV at?
It was at 135
Yeah.
before.
Like I wonder how good we can make it and just whoa, just zoom out a bit more, I guess.
Mm-hmm. The funny thing is I can literally put it on a tab, the camera.
A tab.
Yeah, you just press tab, switch camera mode,
Oh.
right?
If you want to do that so you could go in isometric or whatever,
Well,
as
I
long
don't
as
think
I
it's playable in isometric, right? It's not for that.
yeah.
I think it's cool to watch it in isometric.
I personally don't think so, but I'm fine with it as an option if other people do because I just wouldn't use it, but if other people want it, whatever. But as long as it's not the default. I think if you were watching a whole bunch, it makes sense because then you can see a whole bunch, like you're saying. But other than that,
Holy. It's like, okay, so like these things are shooting, the angle's off by a bit, isn't it?
of oh wait, shoot,
Yeah. It's
yeah, the
off by
angle's
like a
off.
little bit. But it's
It
like,
looks
no, it's
weird.
off by like a small fixed amount, isn't it?
It looks weird to see the pickups as cubes. I think they're like they fashion them like holograms in the original game,
What were
so they
they?
don't have like they're kind of more like holograms. I think if
Okay.
you just
You
draw a
can just do
cube,
a cube without the, yeah, it doesn't have to be a wire.
yeah,
Like all
exactly.
I was
Well,
doing is getting the stuff into 3D. Like it's
no, no,
gonna
no,
look like
I
shit,
get it.
obviously, until we
Yeah, I
build it.
get it.
Can we fix these like
Um,
because these angles are really weird. That like not aiming in the direction that you're actually aiming is really it throws you off a bunch, right?
yeah, and also not having the guide be like 2 inches is not helpful.
I made the guides longer, but okay.
I know it's weird.
Let's see.
3D is just a whole different beast, man, I guess.
Well, how's it? There's something weird here. Get weapon aim. Oh, you know what it is? Hang on.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hang on. I think I know. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's just literally that I wasn't using it.
Yep. Yeah, that would do it. Yeah, why does that work?
See if you can figure out why it's offset a little bit. Fix this.
I'm almost done with my thing, and then I'll be able to
Oh, you're coding
help
in the
a little.
background. Cool.
Yeah, I'm using some Box 2D like code, and it works for them and not for me. I'm not sure why. I don't want that one.
There you go. That's now the longer ones. I think I actually made it too long now. Yeah, this is ridiculous. We'll make this half the length. It is going where I click, but it's not going.
Yeah, because that's not rendering at all. That's just like the game logic, which shouldn't be changed.
Yeah, but the angle's just off by a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What a mess up. Mess something up. Oh, this is just them all having snipers all.
Yeah, see how it's kind of like going through walls? It looks weird when it doesn't work correctly.
Yeah, almost just haven't fixed it yet.
No, I'm just seeing like you see why I did it in the first place.
Yeah, no, of course. That's normal. Um, I'd love to have this thing in the correct angle. That would be great. Is the angle that the box is at the same as last aim Y, last aim X? Get angle. Well, isn't that just math A10 2? Hang on. Wait, can't we just replace all this B2 bullshit with like float T equals A10 2?
Well, so the B2 rot isn't just a float. It has like two floats in it or something.
Yeah, but then you did get angle of that.
Yeah, you get a angle in radians. And you can do whatever with that. Yeah, it's still offset.
Yeah, it's offset the
Oh,
same as before though. You see, I literally just replace it with A10 2.
hmm.
I messed this
Oh
formula
man,
up, right? Cos, negative sine,
man,
sine, cosine.
you don't have an ad blocker? You're just advertising cruises on stream.
Oh. They keep breaking the damn ad blocker. Google keeps breaking the damn things.
You
Why
bought
is there
Origin.
not like just a C reference doc site that isn't like all these garbage ones?
I don't know.
Last aim Y. I don't know what changed then, actually, with these two things. They should be the same. Hmm. It's not off by like 90 degrees or anything either. I assume that, aim guide width. Aim back. We don't use this, right? Oh, hang on. What's last aim Y? What are these things?
Oh, that's where the drone actually aimed.
But like when you say it's where it aimed, like how is that?
That's the direction. That's the normalized vector in which it
It is
aimed
the
at the last
normalized
step.
aim vector. Okay.
Yeah.
So it should be that you take this vector, um, oh, then I don't have to do any of this stuff if you have that as a, I didn't realize this is a vector. Okay. So
Yeah,
can't I
that's
just
why
do
there's an X and
plus
Y.
last aim Y?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that I've massively,
Overcomplicated it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
But we
okay.
got to play with the rotation matrices for a bit. Isn't it literally just plus aim guide width times drone S? Like, isn't it just this? Yeah. Okay. I need to get some coffee or something because I'm being stupid today.
And copy's gonna solve that.
Usually does. Usually does. That's cool. Look at that.
Does it work now? Yeah, nice. Wait, so if you aim at, I guess it won't work with the camera project. Normally, so in 2D, you could put your mouse like on something,
Mm-hmm.
and if you weren't moving, it would like aim exactly to that exact spot where your mouse is. But I think with the perspective, that'd be tricky.
No, it
Like
wouldn't.
you could hit,
You
well,
just,
at
it's
least
a
the way it is right
raycast.
now.
It's just a raycast. So what you do
Just
is
like,
you,
look,
you raycast the mouse position right to the world point. Okay. And then that's the
hmm,
target position. And you're done.
yeah, we might. I wonder if we'd have to do differently now, because yeah, try hitting like the corner of a wall or something very specific and see if it actually hits.
Well, they kind of don't let me.
You can turn them off. I might be easier just in demo. Like,
It's
if
pretty
you set all the,
accurate because I think it's pretty accurate because it's top down still.
yeah. Well,
Um,
it was accurate in full top down before. Yeah, it's pretty good.
but I mean, it's in 3D. You're gonna just want to raycast anyways. I'm sure. I mean, you
It's
mainly
also,
control it with the stick anyways, which I did order a
yeah,
controller.
yeah. Did you figure out what one or what the controller was that you liked or whatever?
Nope. I just bought a slightly better than basic controller. Good reviews. It wasn't $200.
Oh, you did buy one?
Yeah,
Nice.
so I just got something. Okay, so this works now. I thought I got rid of stuff that wasn't being used. Oh, just this one is not being used. Okay, there you go. I think next will be the. Well, these aim guides still don't look good. Is the problem?
Yeah. The cylinders just look kind of strange to me. I don't know.
Well, to
We'll
be
go
fair,
see
I
that.
don't. I think this was the worst looking part of the original as well.
The like mine or
Yeah, the aim
theirs?
guides in either.
Oh, okay. I thought they looked fine in like theirs, especially. You don't think so? Like in you
I'd
don't
have to
you
play
think
it more to see.
I thought they looked fine in Retrograde Arena. Whoa. I love the accelerator, man. It gets so fun.
This.
Especially if you burst shot that weapon so it starts off the bat like bouncing like
Hmm.
crazy everywhere.
The projectile bounces are the coolest thing, honestly.
No, I know. That's why you're saying like yeah, if we eliminated bouncing, it'd be faster. I mean,
Yeah,
sure,
no,
but
but I see it now, right?
yeah, it'd be a lot less fun.
Yeah.
Part of the appeal of the game on to me is like the chaoticness because you can there's a definite skill component of the game, but at a certain point, sometimes things just ain't gonna go your way, and there's only so much you can do about it. Oh, I was like, what were they doing? They were charging, but I
Yeah.
guess you can't see the charge meter.
We'll add that back in.
Yeah,
Sniper. Okay. So let's let's go look at the explosion.
yeah, you should definitely try and at the very least make it transparent because right now it just like covers everything.
I think it
So that'd be
is.
an easy fix. I don't. It covers everything. If
So I think it was supposed to be, but something is wrong.
yeah,
So this blend additive, perhaps.
well, that's only if you're bursting. Bursting, it doesn't do the blend additive.
Okay, so what's this then? It's just explosion color and fall off color. It is faded.
That's weird. Like, does that like not work in 3D then?
It should. No, it definitely should. That's what I
But you
use.
can't see any. You can't see anything through them though.
So there's something weird.
Yeah, 3D is just annoying, man.
Yeah, I don't know why you can't see anything through them. Okay, that's weird. Let's see. I wonder if that is there
Okay,
like
so
render culling or something? There shouldn't be.
well, no, I know Spencer is explicitly enabled like the alpha something in his tower climb code, and I'm pretty sure I read that was the default in 2D, but maybe it's not in 3D. Maybe in 3D it doesn't blend. It
Okay.
doesn't take alpha to account. Because if you look in Tower Climb, he does like an explicit alpha thing, and I was wondering why he did that because I thought that was implicitly the default. So I thought he was just kind of explicitly saying use the default, but potentially he was on to something. Well, he definitely was because his work's on, but you know
Where
what I
was
mean.
where yeah, and his looks really good, right?
Yeah. Um, I don't know. Just search alpha in all caps.
Alpha. It is begin blend mode. Blend alpha.
Yeah, I remember seeing that because I thought that was strange.
Okay. The
Do a
vector.
burst. Burst is a different code though, I think.
Yeah, the first different code.
Well, if you try it on burst, it'd be easy to test.
It's still like culling stuff from the background. It's like
No, I
stopping
think.
rendering because it like pops back into existence. It's weird.
Oh, it's harder to see on the stream. It looked to me like it was just covering it, but if it's calling it, that's very strange.
We're trying to make it so that we can have like alpha transparency in 3D. On the explosions, it doesn't seem to be working. I don't know what would be different about them. That's a good point, right? So, yeah, we shouldn't even need to deal with this, should we?
Hmm.
There's already transparency on it, isn't there?
There should be, because I fade it, yeah.
You can have cube wires or cube solid. This is a sphere. Solid sphere with alpha is what we were trying to do. It works on the, does it work? If we look at the cubes, do these look right? They do, right? Because it adds.
Wait, what did you change about the cubes?
Oh, hang on. Is it fade, explosion color? Does fade to alpha or does it fade to black?
Um, it fades to be clear, I think. Zero alpha is just clear, transparent, and then like one alpha or
And
255,
cube
whatever, is
wires.
just like,
Yeah, the
yeah.
cubes are fine, Spencer. We're trying to get the explosions for whatever reason. You can't see anything behind them. Mess with alpha on color, yeah. Let me try something.
Um, that might be it. Yep, that was it. Very stupid.
What?
I might have just figured out this works my problems for the last couple of minutes. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, the explosions literally just take a chunk out of everything.
Yeah, that's so strange. Yeah, I see that. Huh. That is not great.
Does alpha float?
Should be, yeah.
Yeah, see? It just takes a chunk out of everything.
Mm. How was that ever?
Okay, here's something. They say to move this to the end.
Why?
Let's see. Because there's not actually a depth component, apparently. It's just based on draw order, maybe.
So if you want to make it easier, you could. Those will explode in a second. Or they're just not exploding. Huh.
Not getting explosions.
Yeah, because the you picked up the flat
Oh,
cannon. And now you have the imploder. Yeah, it didn't do anything. See that?
I think
Grizzled
that worked.
Goon.
Wait, I think that worked though.
No,
Let
but
me get rid
there
of
was a
this
couple
goon.
weapons. There was a couple weapons that should have exploded and caused an explosion and didn't.
Well, I might have messed up the color.
I mean,
Yeah, that look, because it's actually working here. It's like, I can see it's not like cutting out the,
well, no, but that's the burst. Remember, you did the burst differently.
well, let's see. Maybe I
Because
just need to
bursts are
begin mode blend alpha. Hang
don't you do that though? No, somewhere else.
on here I don't.
That's weird. You have to explicitly do that.
Blend additive. Yeah, there it goes.
I kind of. Oh, yep, yeah, that's better.
It's better, right?
They look huge, but
Yeah,
better.
so we gotta fix the explosion still, but at least it's. So, and what did you do? You did two things. You did two spheres for the fall off, I guess you said?
Yeah, well, the way I did it was two circle. Again, it's a lot easier to do stuff in 2D because you can just overlay things. So yeah, I had
You
like one
still can
circle.
overlay things.
Yeah, I think it gets a little weird though from what I've seen you do, but maybe.
Okay, so let's see. You've got explosion color.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, I didn't do that one. Yeah, I'll do it.
Is the radius wrong? Hang on, maybe the radius is wrong. Bunch of spheres here. Why are there four sphere? Why are there four circles for the explosion radius of the burst?
Okay, so there's probably an easier way to do it, but I was blending some of the normal explosion color with the color of the drone to make it slightly colored. Like if the drone bursts, you can kind of see the color of the
Got it.
drone and explosion, but not totally, so it doesn't like overwhelm stuff. So just so you can
Okay.
visually tell like who bursted, but probably don't want to exactly like create four spheres in
Yeah.
3D. I don't know how you want to do it, but probably not that.
I think we take these two out and then so this will just be a full color initially, and then we'll just blurp the color because it's overlaying four circles. That was something. Is the radiuses are too big, right?
The burst radius. Well, no, I don't know.
Are the explosion radiuses wrong?
I mean, just see if you get caught in them because it should be pretty much pixel perfect. Like in my original version, if you're in the explosion at all, you're gonna be affected.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not much, but some. Mm.
Is that how they do their explosion animations as well? It's like a circle?
Yeah, no. Well, again, I thought it was a lot simpler. So on Switch, it's just a circle, but on Steam, I have to play more with the Steam version. It's so again, it looks better, but it's less clear where the explosion is. They have some smoke, kind of a circle, but it's like randomized, but it's not super clear if you're in the explosion or not. So I'd kind of like some kind of blend of maybe like some smoke effect would be cool, but I want you to know exactly somehow where the explosion radius is because
Hmm.
making things less clear for the sake of making them look cool is just bad game design, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like if you can make it look cool and it's usable, it's playable, like that's awesome, but you can't sacrifice playability for cool graphics.
Hmm. Yeah, the first
But
thing
no, like
gamers will do is turn all the graphics off down to minimum anyways.
some gamers depends. If they're super competitive, whatever, yeah, but a lot of people just crank them up and it depends on person, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know why you can't just use the color of the drone for the burst explosion.
Well, if it was the exact color, then the drone would get lost in a burst, then it make it seem like just one giant because it's the all the same color. So I need to make it a
Well, it's
little bit
faded.
lighter. Yeah.
So I have it now. Does it look okay?
Yeah, it looks fine. I mean, we can tweak it later, but it looks fine for now. Burst again? Yeah, it looks fine.
Cool.
Yeah, the explosions in general could definitely like use some kind of cool effect. I don't know what, but
Hmm.
this later.
You wanted these pickups to be, hang on, pickup.
So, so in
You
the
wanted this
original,
to
I don't know if
be a cube, not wire, right?
well, no, the way they had it, it was like a floating square. So see if you
Floating.
can just
Okay, we can
Google
do that.
like maybe if you make the y-axis 0, that could work because it'd still be yeah. Or maybe like what happens if you make it 0? Like y is 0.
It's on the ground.
Oh, that's how high. Oh, make no, no, no. Okay, so make the thickness of it 0. So instead of y being pickup thickness, make y pickup be yeah thickness be 0. Or like if that doesn't look right, then like 0.1 or something. Because theirs is basically like a floating hologram. If you don't know what I mean, just look up a picture of a retrograde arena. It'll make sense. See, they had something under it, so you could kind of tell. But yeah,
Something
just look
under
up.
it.
So yeah, just it's hard to explain. Just look up a picture quick. You don't even have to play the whole game. But so it was like semi-transparent. They had an icon on it, and then they had like a circle underneath. So technically, the hitbox of their pickups were actually circles, not
Here,
squares. But yeah, there's yeah, zoom in on it. Oh, it's just on the Steam store.
here.
Yeah.
So it's just a. It is a wire.
Yeah, it's like a wire with a
Okay.
floating like something the circle thing under. I don't think you need
Okay,
the
we can do
circle.
that. We can get that to work.
Yeah.
Whoops. Oh,
So yeah, it is a wire, but just not a cube. It's like a you know what I mean by floating hologram though, right? Kind of
hmm.
thing. That's the at least the closest I looked. Um,
You draw a polygon in 3D. Hmm. Rectangle in 3D. Maybe I can do 0. Draw. I wonder if it works if you do 0. It might still work.
I think it would. I we'll see.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
it
what I
doesn't
thought.
look good, but we'll fix that.
Yeah.
So we'll do like this.
Yeah, we need to get some good icons at some point.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, might have to. I don't know. I haven't really. I've looked at icons. I can't find any pre-made icons that I like because most of them are like
We can get some stuff
weird.
commissioned if we are gonna actually make it look good.
Yeah, that might be best because some of the pack like icon packs are either just like normal like AR-15s and pistol like 1911 pistols like real life weapons which don't work, or just like generic sci-fi guns which don't really tell you how the weapons are differentiated.
Strong stuff here. When I mess up in this function. Parentheses somewhere. Oh. How did this happen, man? Okay, that's better. Screen. There we go. Now the text is still off totally. Minus pickup thickness over 2. I have to figure out the text alignment and stuff.
Yeah,
But we do
as long
have
as it
these.
shows up, it's fine for now.
We do have the holograms.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Trying to see what else we want to mess with right now. Bonk, bonk, bonk. I'm out of energy.
Oh yeah, I don't have the energy meter yet. That's gonna be tricky to figure out how to make that look good. I think.
Let's look at the main. I mean, the main thing is the way the cubes are done in Impulse Wars, right? The
Yeah,
microgrid.
that's a big component.
So let's see how they have this. They have.
Mm-hmm.
So their
Just the
cubes are
outlines.
actually. Maybe I just booted up.
So yeah, they're kind of wire, but they're not see-through. You can just see the outlines, like edges of them.
I think that is black.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What's nice too, if you use true black as the background, then it just looks really clean in an OLED monitor, which I have, which is why I like the black background.
Yeah, so you can't see the back of the cube is the thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not wireframe. They're like solid, but you can see the edges, like the edge lines.
Well, hold on. You can see. You can see through them this way.
Oh, underneath. Yeah, we don't need to go
bizarre.
that deep. Yeah, they they went all out on these effects. We don't need to go that crazy, in my opinion. No, I think what
Well,
it is
you
actually.
can't see. You can see through them, can't you?
Actually, kind of. Only from like the bottom, not from the top. Or only from the sides, not from the top?
I think they just put on the top. They just put squares.
Yeah, they might have.
I think the top is just like you can't see through the top, but you can see through the side.
Huh. You could just render another cube that has 0 y-axis, so like 0 height,
Yeah.
and put it on top. So it'd be 2 cubes per wall, which is like not a big deal.
And they have the
Yeah,
we need the was it this bloom or whatever on the projectile for sure.
yeah, and I do like the little particle effects when they hit. Those that's not as essential, but it's kind of cool. I need to play. I
You
need
don't
to
need a
play
particle
more.
effect system for something that simple though.
Yeah,
That's like incredibly freaking simple.
yeah, no, I agree. But I do need to play more of the Steam game because I do remember I played it a little bit. I do remember thinking if you turn it up to ultra settings, like some of the effects is just too much. It's just too busy. So I'll have to figure out like what we want and what we don't want. Because yeah, if you turn it up to max, they kind of just threw everything at it, and it's you can't really tell what's going on, honestly.
This line is tricky.
Yeah, see, I don't think that's a cylinder.
This line?
Yeah.
No, I mean not this one. Yeah, this could very well be screen space. Yeah, but this is it's kind of like an outlined. Interesting.
Oh, you're talking about the little grid that follows you?
No, this line where my crosshair is.
Yeah, the aim guide.
No. The
Oh,
blue.
oh. Yeah, the thing
So
around the wall.
that's kind of hard because that doesn't wrap all the way around the cubes. You can see.
Yeah, it's just the inside.
Yeah, so you have to have the inside area.
I mean,
Or the the outside. It looks like. But
oh yeah, it is.
It doesn't go through.
Yeah.
Which
So
is,
the walls are like partially see-through, but not. I don't know. It's weird.
the walls are see-through here.
Wait, I think the inside part of the walls are see-through, but not the outside. See that?
Can you not see through here?
No. Look, go up more, or down. It doesn't matter. And go to the right. So where where it curves in makes a little like U up top.
Yeah.
See how you can't see through the wall on that side.
There's nothing to see. What would you see there? Oh yeah, you can't see this. There would be a line there.
Yeah.
So the inside.
We don't have to do all this though. This is just what they did.
Yeah.
We could just
the top bit. It's like very difficult to get these types of effects right. I like this kind of this. It's funny how they have this grid that follows you.
Yeah, that is interesting. I don't really know if we need it, but it's kind of cool. It was interesting though. I played around with just rendering the grid in 2D, and it made it really busy. Not really busy, but Spencer didn't really care for it, and I kind of agreed. I liked it better without it, but it works in this game, but I didn't really like it when I did it.
It's underneath you as well.
Yeah.
It's interesting actually that it's not one cube, you know, the outside it's 4 cubes.
I see that going down, yeah.
And hang on, is it these cubes? No, it's 2.
No, it's 3,
2,
I think.
I think it's 2 actual cubes with like the little line detail.
Or is the line detail just in the middle of one cube?
Pillars, definitely.
Yeah.
So they actually do use the 3D a bit more.
I don't think we're going to make our game look better, but we could make it look better than it is now. I don't think we're going to make it look better than Retrograde Arena, because they clearly spent a lot of time on this. Like the drone has a little like glossy effect on it. That shouldn't be too hard with like materials or whatever, but I don't know if we need that, honestly. I think making it matte would be cleaner.
Well, the thing is we would need to know which tiles are part of the wall. Unless they don't go all the way. Oh wait, do they go all the way down? Hang on.
I
No,
think
they
what we
don't.
do, we
Look, the
could,
floating cubes are different. Oh, so
yeah, they don't.
everything that's fixed is that height though. Oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
This will be super easy and this will look cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're not cubes.
They're not. They're
Where's
pillars.
this? Yeah. So, where's it? Draw cube. Is this called on everything or including? Yeah, okay, here's floating. Okay, perfect. So, I'll pause X. So we do. I hate this autofills. Start at 1. Or is it 0, I guess? 1. 2. No, 0 to what's it? Negative 1 to 1. Wait, 4? Oh, they are 4 by 4. Hang on. Is it doing anything? I think so. Oh. Yeah, it is, but it's not, this is still not how it is in the game. In the original game, I'm pretty sure.
What do you change?
Oh wait, this is,
Whoa, why is the floating wall like going into the wall?
yeah. It's floating. How do the floating walls look in this game? Oh, they're like very small, I see.
Yeah.
But they are still cubes.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's gotta be like, like 2, like this. And then we have to make these things, they're not actually transparent, I don't think, at least not from the top.
No, I don't think the cubes are transparent at all.
So what if we make none of these transparent to start here?
Yeah.
So then this is going to be not fade. What's like darken?
Yeah, I'm not sure how to do that.
color faded. There. That looks totally different immediately.
Oh yeah. It's a step in the right direction, I think.
It's not getting the lines at the top, but I think that is a render. Like, I think that's because it's like the 1 pixel or whatever.
Yeah,
The wires
that's
got
weird how
thicker.
well, it's weird how it shows up on some of them at like the tops, but not all of the
It's just
tops.
floating
That's
point.
strange. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. How
Yeah, the collisions, the cubes are in. They're that's the physics, I think.
well no, the
Or is it?
floating walls are smaller than walls, so you need to render them smaller.
Oh,
That's part
what
of
are
it.
this? What's their size?
There's some constant.
How do we know what that is?
My original code.
ID rate in my original code.
Whenever I render a wall, I check if it's floating, and then I get the thickness based off that.
I see angle here.
Oh, it's the extent. The wall extent is already set up. See where I do that, in width and height?
Wall extent.
Yeah, so that'll have what you need. That's right. There is a constant, but I just set it in there.
Does not like wall extent.
What doesn't it like?
Wall extent.
Yeah, like why doesn't it like it? I mean,
I don't know. Let's see. The other big question is how we get like thicker wireframes.
hmm.
It's like I'm almost tempted to pipe these crazy stupid things to like pipe grip error.
Into what?
Can I just do? Yeah, literally I do that. It works. That's funny. Wall extent.x, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Extent have X and Y. But in this case, they're the same, but I just kept it like that because I could change it in the future. I don't know.
We love deadly signals.
Man, you gotta figure out why that's happening. That I would.
Oh yeah, this is it.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is it
Oh,
right
you
here.
made them all the floating wall size. That's it.
Is that
Yeah,
what happened?
I think so.
I did
Because
wall extent.
oh really? The extent should be different if they're floating or not.
Is this the radius?
Don't have a radius. That makes them curved.
Well, did you have multiplied by 2, so it is.
Oh, that's just like yeah, yeah,
It's the
yeah,
half distance is what I mean, not radius.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's what an extent is. I forgot about that.
Oh, lovely.
That's like a yeah, that's like a physics thing, I guess. Yeah. I learned about that with Boxer. The extent is like
Okay.
half width or something.
Well, that's something.
Yeah. There we go. So now the floating walls look smaller. And if, yeah, now see they're colliding accurately. Well, more accurately because you're not rotating them, but good progress.
They're not rotated?
Yeah, they rotate. They can, but
Let's
you're
do
not rendering
that.
them rotating.
Angle.
Yeah, you're probably going to calculate the angles because I just draw rectangle pro passing the angle. But PufferLib 2D
Why does
is
this
so much
not
easier.
have, this does not have a rotate?
Yeah, I know, it's annoying.
Okay, rotate.
We'll probably have to make a helper function. Just here are the points. Um, like yeah, like draw a rotated cube, draw a rotated whatever. Like that'd be nice to have a little helper. But for now, we'll just get it working. All right, let me test this.
I think it needs to rotate. Yeah, there is that. It's just you have to figure out how this stuff works to do this. Like, what is
I'm
rotating
fine.
relative to? Oh, that does it. I think I did. I think it works. Whoa, no, it does not. They're around the origin instead of around their center. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, it looks funny.
Uh,
I think I've had that happen before in 2D too. Can you imagine if everything just moved like that? It'd be mind bending.
you could totally make a game that's like, yeah, things orbiting. That does not help. I think now you draw it at 0. Because you use translate.
Hmm.
Is that right? I mean, that looks right. Right? Doesn't that look right? Yeah. That's
Yeah.
actually really freaking easy.
See if you can collide accurately with them when they move though, because maybe it's like flipped just to be sure. It looks right.
Bonk. Looks like it.
Well, no, it at least from here, it's I don't know. The collisions are weird.
Are
It's just the
they?
3D. Well, it's like you were going into it before, like flipping into it, and then at one point on the other side of it, you were like slightly not touching it.
Well, I don't know if I have the drone models perfectly.
Yeah,
Do you think
something is slightly off,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I
you're
think
right.
the rotation's pretty good. Yeah.
What's slightly off? It's like, oh, yeah, the projectiles just went through it. I think the rotation direction's correct.
Yeah, I don't think it's that.
Oh, wait, hang on. Does it collide with the bullets well? Oh, that looks... Is that it? No. The bullet was shifting on the cube. The mine was like shifting as it was attached to the cube.
Oh yeah, they stick to cubes. Or no, wait, I missed it. It
It
was
was like
moving around
shifting.
while it was
Yeah,
big.
it was moving around on the cube.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen. That's like a rendering thing.
Yeah, I mean, they look like they're rotating correctly. They're just not. I'm trying to figure
Yeah,
out what.
something is. Look at the accelerator bouncing. It was like not. It was like bouncing
This
right
one.
before it hit the.
Yeah, like look at this.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
something's
it? It's
weird.
not rotating in the wrong direction though, right? It looks like it's rotating in the right direction.
I I don't know. This perspective is honestly just kind of weird. It's hard to see
It's.
what's.
I mean, I can just shoot it on the right side, right, and see that it rotates.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. It is rotating in the wrong direction, it looks like. Hang on,
Okay.
let's see. So if I shoot it here, yeah, it's rotating in the wrong direction, totally.
Okay.
So what's it? Rotate angle. It's a negative angle. That's very weird. What? Hang on. Maybe this is right now. What's that? It looks like it's bouncing off the face correctly now, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's kind of hard for me to see because your chair is covering it, and
Huh.
also like the yeah.
It's hard to just see if it's just going by in 3D.
Okay, some of the projectiles bouncing off the walls though, they seem to bounce off the walls like a little bit before or after. Like some of the collisions are
Oh wait,
well, not
yeah,
the
but that's
collisions,
in
but
everything, isn't it? Like the
Yeah, it's
main
like
walls too.
everything. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See that up top?
Okay.
Wait, did
So I think
did
we
you
have the
turn
rotation correct.
did you turn collision or continuous collisions off?
I
I
forget.
know we were playing with that. If you turn it off, that would make it weird.
What was it? Continuous?
It should be an env. If you search an env, it'll be there. Just search for like the init function.
Okay.
And then go down to where create the yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine.
It's fine.
You didn't. Yeah.
Okay.
I was pretty sure I only modified that locally. I was testing with it, but just to
I
make
didn't.
sure
I don't
it's not.
remember us fiddling with that, except we played with it for projectiles specifically for a bit.
Yeah, I did locally, but I couldn't remember if you did as well. So
I
just
mean, I
double
played
checking.
with projectiles. I remember.
I think the physics are fine. I don't think it's the
Okay.
physics. I think it's the rendering.
Okay. So here's the current. It looks way better now though with the cubes being the right size, and they're actually floating at a different height now as well.
Oh, okay. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah.
You would be able to
Kind of.
tell if I rotated the freaking scene,
Yeah, yeah,
right? Which maybe we should do for the purpose of figuring out if it's actually rendering where we want it to.
yeah.
I'll just put it at a slight angle. Uh, like even if I just do like, was it like? Well, this will be somewhat of an angle. It's still in perspective. Yeah, that's actually not going to be a slight angle, but whatever. All right, there you go. Oh, they don't look like cubes now. They look like slices, don't they?
Oh, that is so weird to look at that angle.
Okay, so there, yeah, there is something still screwy here then.
Yeah.
Hang on. Is the extent 4?
For normal walls, it should be yeah.
The extent is 4.
Um, yeah. For well, no, I guess two.
Well, that's what I'm
Um,
asking.
yeah. Go look and create walls in game, or I can look quick. I'm like there. Create wall.
Here's the pillar
Um,
version. Yeah, there you go.
extent. Oh, I
This is
passed
scaled
the width.
correctly now.
That looks better. Where do I do that? Is it in here? Wall thickness. Wall thickness is 4, and wait, floating wall thickness. Okay, so the wall thickness is 4, and the floating wall thickness is 3.
It's the extent.
Looking. Yeah, it's half of that. So it's 1.5 for floating walls and 2 for walls is the extent. So yeah, if you multiply it by 2, that should be the actual size, which is what you're
So
doing.
it's one. So it is 1.5. Okay, so if it's floating, then it's negative 1.5, I guess, to
You could
1.5.
just do You could just not. You could just set the Y star to be dependent on the extent, because then you wouldn't have to have a conditional.
It's centered. I guess
Oh, I
it is
guess you want to do
centered.
something.
Yeah, it is centered. Okay.
No, you want to do something different for the. Never mind. I guess you want to do something different for the main
Start
walls.
equals negative wall extent dot y. I do this. But the problem is that you made the. No, I can't do that. Yeah. So it's 2. Yeah, this gives you slices, is the thing. So I mean, it looks to me like if these are cubes, it's probably 8, and then like 3. There. That does it. Why do they look like they're floating so high?
That is weird.
But now they look like they're floating really high, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Even though they should be lower. Well, now it's hard to control.
All right. I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna get some more water.
They look above. It's weird. I think the ISO camera would help, but we wouldn't be able to aim it, so. I mean, this is something. Draw grid now. A line. Oh, this render empty cell, actually, we have it right here. So, fade, we want P2 to ray X. Does not draw anything. No, I don't even know if this does anything, huh? Okay, whatever. We'll just do this. And this is under below mode 3D as well. Hang on. Maybe this was good. It was just in the wrong coordinates. No, it still doesn't work. Okay. Yep. So that. What I do? Oh, semicolon. Teh. That's weird.
Whoa. What is the
No
spiral
idea.
lines?
It's a bug, is what it is.
Uh, what are you're working on the
I wanted to see if we could put a grid underneath it now, because in 3D it might look very different.
oh. Um, could they just be 2D?
No,
No, yeah, it still has to be 3D. Everything,
that's the
yeah,
whole
because if
point.
you, yeah, I'm just thinking they almost seem like 2D, but they're flat
They're
3D, I
not.
guess.
Yeah, they change with perspective and everything. I mean, it's going to be cool because you'll literally just be able to attach a camera to a drone, for instance, and then you'll be able to get like the same sort of perspective as the retrograde has. I minus n over 2.
Sorry, if you said something to me in the last like couple seconds, I missed it.
You're good.
I was these freaking cats, man. I want to be in and out of my office like every 2 seconds. Um, it's annoying.
How did I mess this up so bad?
Hmm.
Yeah, what's wrong with this? Oh, dummy. Okay, that
What?
was 4.
Well, can't you just render a bunch of cubes and make their height 0?
Yeah, you can. It will look worse.
Will it?
Yeah,
Why?
because you'll get like the borders will get messed up with floating point.
Oh, yeah. So you got to draw 3D lines instead.
It's more efficient anyways.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's true. When it comes to rendering, I don't know. I'm, I don't know. Yeah, can't think of anything. Very basic, I guess. So, yeah. A lot of the really easy stuff I've never done before, so it's not common sense to me.
Hmm. Somebody please tell me what the heck is wrong with this, because this is drawing crazy things.
This honestly might be a good LLM question because this is I'm sure it's seen tons of grid drawing code.
Well, so have I. I'm just fucking it up.
Yeah.
I'd rather debug it than have to deal with it freaking LLM debugging it worse. 2n. See, this is literally the LLM broke it right here. That's the reason I'm having trouble. The freaking LLM broke it. I don't know what it thinks it's doing, but
Yeah, when there's simple things like this I can't figure out within a few minutes. I know I could figure it out, it just take me longer. I sometimes just try asking LM and if I might have to tweak it a little bit, but it's usually easier.
it
But
usually costs me
obviously
more time. Every single time I try to crutch an LLM, it's like fucking takes me more time.
it's I've actually gotten some good results with rendering because I think I am so ignorant in
But
that
yeah, but
space.
that's the thing, right? It's like it's only good because you're crap at it. Like I do the same thing with
Yeah.
math, and then half the time it gives me stupid suggestions where it's like literally, like if I just thought about it and like tried to figure stuff out, it would have been better in less time, and I would have learned more.
I mean, and my understanding is you can't really rely on LMs for math. So,
Oh no, they say that they're superhuman at math, and math will be the first domain to fall to LLMs.
uh, really, who's saying that?
Scam Altman.
Ev- everything I've seen and heard is complete opposite. They suck at math.
No, they have the big. It's the math benchmark where they have the hardest math questions that like nobody can solve, but the LLM solve them. It's fucking no.
Hey, yeah,
It's
didn't you
scam.
know all the code is gonna be written by AI in like a couple
It's like
months?
so scam. It's like so sad as well because like these companies have awesome devs working on it, and the CEOs just lie and lie and lie and lie.
Yeah.
Where's my grid? Hang on.
Grid gone. Man, this is annoying actually.
Here, just do 2n. Okay. So, almost. Except I think it goes at -8. We'll confirm that in a second. There you go. And it's offset as well by a cube. So it's not actually on 0, 0 is interesting.
Hmm.
That actually is kind of cool though.
No way. It's. Oh yeah. No, I kind of like that.
What's it, 24 or something like this? Do we even? It's still like going through. What the heck is wrong with these y coordinates? Because render wall. What's the height? I do -8 at the start. -8 should be correct. We really need this thing to be in like some sort of perspective where we can actually see what's going on.
Hmm.
Because like I can't tell what's happening. Like, honestly, the easiest way to do it is just like ISO is really easy for debugging because you can actually see.
No, yeah. I mean, for debugging, that's cool.
What I do
I just
is
was curious how it looked top down.
it'll probably look better top down eventually, but not until we get it working.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. Isn't this? Yeah, this grid is totally at. It's in the middle of the cube.
That's kind of what we want, though. At
No, it's
least
at
in the
the
original.
floor. It
Is
goes
it
on the
though?
floor. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In the original game, it's on the floor.
I honestly kind of like the way it looks now.
Really? I think you're gonna
Well,
lose the depth from it if you do it.
because if you look at the original, it might be so you know where those like glowing lines are in the I don't know bottom middle of some
Oh yeah, that's
cubes
that. That's a
walls.
0.
Yeah, but it almost looks like the glowing wall is in the middle of the wall
It
cubes.
is.
Yeah, so what you're doing now is kind of correct, I think.
Well, but there's a grid that's at the bottom.
Oh, right. The grid is below
Yeah,
everything. Yeah, I see.
but I can't figure out why. So why start here?
What
This is
is y
bizarre
starts
to me.
here?
I can't figure out why.
Negative.
It looks like the wall should be from -8 to 8. But when I do it here, I mean, I can do -16. It's kind of weird though.
Hmm.
So we'll have to figure out some coordinates, but if we just want to see if something looks decent. See, there you go. I think you do get more depth when you see this. You still can't quite
Yeah, a
see the
little
walls
bit.
the way they are, and the floating walls don't look like the floating ones are. Maybe the floating ones are just too high. They look too high
Yeah.
to me.
Um,
Something I think is screwy with the
yeah.
way that these coordinates are because the floating walls are too high for sure. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's just that these pickups and floating walls and the bots, everything is too high.
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah, look, it's totally too high. Okay. So something is just not working the way we think it is with the coordinate system because this -16 should not line up.
Also, something's not working because I keep seeing drones like phase. It look like they phase into walls, which is
Yeah.
strange. I I don't know why that is.
I mean, I have this Y start and Y end here on 2 times wall extent. What if I don't do this? What? Does it just screw everything up? Whoa. Yep.
What the what's happening?
Push matrix, spot matrix. Okay. It's like it's drawing from 0 up or something. It's weird. No, it's not drawing from 0 up. Drawing from... So I have Y start is negative. I think it's just that the drones are too high up. And like everything is too high up. But like they're at 0. Look, see it's right at the top. And look, that one is also high up. Let me fix the puffer colors. This is 24. You have it, and then color. This. Oh, there it is. Guess the map is. Oh, the map changes size. So that's annoying. How do we know the map size? This is nice. This is like a really subtle grid. This gives you just enough, I think. This stuff is definitely like too high. For sure. Maybe if we just do... Let's do this. Line 3B. And oh, that's weird. Look, it sticks up, doesn't it? Down is up. That's the problem, I think. It's hard to say, honestly. Well, actually, we can do negative. Where does this go? No, this is correct. Down, this is down. Very odd. I guess it's got to be some way with something to do with how we're drawing everything else then. Wait, so you translate to plus. Do I need to translate this as well? I don't think so. This? I think this matters. This is actually, isn't this it? Or no? Because if I go over here, some of these are still, like, this is still way too high, right? Is it inconsistent? Or can I not just not tell? Or maybe, hang on. The cubes look right now, don't they? Oh, no, that cube is still totally wrong. Should not be up there. So awkward. They're supposed to be at 0.5. They're supposed to be, like, basically on the ground. I'm gonna have to go get food in a bit. Oh, don't know where Captain went, but whatever.
Oh shoot, sorry. I have been muted this whole time. I didn't realize. I was saying stuff to you, but I didn't realize you couldn't
The
hear me.
whole time I'm just ignoring the fuck out of you.
No, it's yeah. I should have realized too because my microphone has like its own toggle, which I usually use. That's why it doesn't show in Discord, and it lights up red when it's muted. But I was ignoring it. Should be
Oh,
very obvious, but
no worries. I've done that too. But you solved a map? Absolutely.
oh yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, Captain, we gotta figure out this render bullshit thing. I don't know what's wrong with it. I think it's just rendering stuff on top regardless of 3D. Up on
Yeah.
disk, sure. Let's see. Hey,
Hey, what's up?
Spencer. We've
Hey,
been doing rendering shenanigans.
I was gonna say it looks a lot better.
Yeah, there's still some major render bugs. So as soon as those go away, it'll be actually pretty cool.
How did you solve the double line thing where you have multiple boxes on top of each other, like on the borders?
We drew it solid.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's solid. It's faded, but it doesn't have the transparency. So
Yeah. Okay, let me
I
pull
like
up the
this fade right
eval
on the bottom, honestly.
and then share my screen. Hopefully, won't my Mac won't explode trying to run it. And all right, so they disappear once they hit their goal.
Let me see.
I gotta watch this.
Wait, where? Why does this not? Why can I not watch stream? There.
So the green is goal.
Oh, can they just turn on a dime? Yeah, at the moment they just turn on a dime, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's no like momentum in here.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. They just snap to the goal. That's so funny.
Yeah, so apparently I'm an idiot, and you can't find something if you only tell it its relative distance as one point. You have to give it x and y relative.
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
I was trying to rely on, the neural network to just be like, yeah, I can just figure 2D space out with one dimension.
Well,
It
technically you kind of can, but like it's like hot. You're playing hot and cold.
Yeah, I mean, it went from not being able to figure it out reliably for all the agents to, at least for this map, as 100% success rate now.
It's kind of funny how you have like these like snap turns in continuous space.
Yeah, it is
I
weird.
actually want to see like.
Well, you see, here's the thing that's a little bit weird from that, right? So the
Uh-huh.
action space is discrete, and it's split into like acceleration is -4 to 4
Mm-hmm.
as just like a raw value, and then steering is -pi to pi with 13 values on a circle.
Mm-hmm. So it's mostly going forward, and then it just snap turns. It's fun.
Right. Like how it gets to like being
That's funny.
like a smoother turn would mean that what that's going to have to do is because it's making each of these steps, like each of these are like happening at each frame in terms of the physics, right?
That was cool.
So
Whoa.
in order for it to make it like a smooth turn, it would have to do like change the steering for just one step and then put it back to straight repeatedly.
Yeah. But it's probably just
And
going
instead
forward.
of that, right now it's going to like the exact degree it needs to go, and then returning to straight.
Huh.
Because as you know, if you're holding a turn for more than 2 or 3 frames, you make a circle.
Yeah. Hey, it's cool. They need to now. Well, there's the momentum thing, obviously.
So that's what I
Collision
was wondering,
checks.
because in the GPU drive implementation, I didn't see anything about like
It's
this
not
at all.
Madrona.
I mean, maybe it's in Madrona, but
I'd be pretty surprised if this is how they have it implemented. That'd be kind of hilarious.
I think theirs just don't like kind of run around in these directions because they have penalties for leaving lanes.
So they can turn on a dime.
Well, I think if you get the actions to go like I said earlier, where you just have like you turn for one step and then go back the next
I
step,
see.
and
Yeah.
that's like
Okay.
then you create like a smooth effect. But that's what I was wondering is like, why can't
Yeah.
I just make the whole thing continuous?
Um.
Besides problem being hard.
Well, you can, but the thing is, you still have driving. It's like the amount. It's like the steering is not the direction that I face. It is the amount. It's the delta that I give to the angle that I'm taking, right? So it's like a hard steer turns you more quickly, but it's still going to take many frames to turn.
Right. So messing with that time step is what I wasn't certain kind of how I should handle that yet. Is like,
Yeah, just
how
see what
do I apply
see
it
what
at
they
every,
do. Yeah,
do I apply it at every single frame, or do I apply it at,
it is probably like every frame, right? It's you look at the steering, like the steering strength.
yeah, that's what's happening right now.
Well, except then the amount that they can turn in one frame is like massive. It looks, yeah, they can turn like a massive amount per frame because it's literally just snap steering.
Let's see. Move dynamics. What's
Yeah,
happening here?
it's doing like 90-degree turns in one frame.
Yeah. So it's steering. It's based off of heading, and this is stuff that I wasn't like fully confident in, but okay, steering is its raw value from -pi to pi. So it's multiplying that by the speed times the delta time. Well, I mean, it's doing it, I think. I mean, it's times 0.5 times acceleration squared or whatever.
0.5 radians.
0.5, like 0.5 when you multiply times acceleration. V times t plus 0.5 times a squared.
But the rotation is uh hmm. There's probably something in GPU drive for that. It would be
There's
very
probably something I didn't do exactly correctly here. I mean, this is just to get it going,
yeah.
right?
Well, I mean, I guess there's also the collision checks are going to be the bigger.
And so what is interesting though is like this map really only learns because one of them starts pretty close to the goal. When I picked another map where everything's pretty far from the goal, it seemed like when I ran it for a while, it just like wasn't able to find it.
Well, yeah, it's hard because it has to do. It's like a 90-step horizon problem with no intermediate rewards, right?
Yeah, just no immediate rewards at all. It's only on the
Yeah.
end goal. So
Yeah,
if you don't luckily hit it, you kind of learn nothing that entire time frame.
Well, what the good news is you're going to be training over a bunch of maps that are going to have easy and hard tasks. You know.
Right, right, and then it'll all help each other.
Yeah, I think do really, really, really dumb collision checks and see how that goes. That's what I would say do
Co-
next.
Collision on everything, or like between lane collision or player collision, or both.
Yeah, players and lanes. So it
All right.
doesn't go off the like it can't go out of the road, just crashes.
All right. I think I'll have to figure out how I'm going to go about lane collision, but I'll think about it.
Well, I do the really stupid thing of just looping over all the points or all the segments, right?
Yeah, I guess just don't hit at that point. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, there are little tiny line segments in this data set specifically, right?
Yeah, they're tiny. There's 10,000 of them.
Okay, point in box is collision.
Yeah, and I mean, I was just gonna get, like you mentioned, just gonna create like a box around it, and then if you're within the box.
Well, no, now you don't even have to do like the car is a box, right? So if the collision point is in the box, then you've collided.
Yeah, no, visually it's a box. I just haven't actually set it up to be a box in terms of the
Oh, okay, the car. Yeah, the car is not a
like the
box.
actual car. I haven't like it's applied a length width to it, but like
Yeah.
yes, you can do that.
Yes. Okay, cool. Do that. That should be like quick to code even if it'll be quite slow to sim. We'll see how much that slows everything down.
I think it won't be that bad because if you ignore the center lines, that takes out a lot of coordinates.
Yeah.
Because you're really only looking at road. You're looking at road edges
Mm-hmm.
or lane edges, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, all right, that's round one.
Solid. Good, cool. I'm gonna have to work on this 3D renderer here so I can go over there and see what we can do there. We can load a car model in and stuff.
Oh, so I was gonna mention this last night to Captain, but something I think that could be fun that I'm for sure gonna do on this end that could be interesting in yours as well is I'm gonna make a first person mode and then open up a window in the car so it looks like you can actually see as if you're a driver in it.
Yeah, Joseph mentioned that. I think it would be kind of, I don't know, like nauseating maybe for Impulse Wars. Because, like, especially when you get hit with like a sniper and you go flying across the entire map, you're like, whoa, you know? I mean, we could try it, but honestly, that's probably just like puke mode.
Yeah, I mean, there's a very good chance it just like makes your brain explode, but it also could be cool. So I don't know.
Yeah, we could
Do
try
you know
it.
what's wrong with this? It's like sometimes they look like they're too high and sometimes they look like they're too low, and it's crazy.
What's your Z? Are they all fixed?
Well, they're supposed to actually be in about the middle of the wall. Like if the wall height is centered on 0, so it goes below and above, and these are supposed to be centered on 0 and
Well, the
smaller.
green one is just running through walls.
The green one's just running through.
Yeah, it just passed through walls like a second ago. Yeah, it's passing through walls. So you're where you're dropping your edge of your wall. You're maybe not taking into account that it's based on the center point and not the edge.
It could be just that, yeah.
But I would have thought
Captain
Captain already did that for 2D, so I don't know. Maybe it just needs to be
I might have
adjusted for
messed it
3D.
up. But then even
Because
like
it
these
looks like
green ones, like why do these green things look like they're
well, they also look like they're 2D. It look they're missing a dimension.
well, they are planes, but like they are situated in 3D.
Oh,
But
but it looks like some are high and some are low,
yeah,
and like
exactly, and I can't figure out why. I can't tell if it's just like draw order drawing them on top even though they're technically lower or what.
draw order is a thing.
I don't know, maybe we should just add like a basic camera control so we can like pan this thing around.
You can take if you look in the GPU drive stuff, the camera controls I added are pretty simple.
Let's go
I think I make it where like you can click and drag around, and then the scroll puts you through deeper in Z. The scroll's a little awkward. Yeah, in there. Yeah. Just yeah, go to the ocean. No, not that one. It's its own Envin ocean. Um, 90% of it's in the .c file, and then you just have to
in the .c.
set up the camera. Yeah. Because the .c is like where you actually do it. It's at the top. It's its own function.
This? No.
It's called like camera control or something.
This. Okay.
Handle camera. Yeah. And I have that in my .c, but I don't know how your rendering works in Impulse Wars. Because I'm passing a client to it.
Camera. Yeah, this is fine, I think. Handle. And you just call this every frame or whatever?
Yeah, I just call it every frame. I think you got to put it in the. Oh wait, never mind. You're doing it reverse. That's fine.
It's like. No, so like 50.
Yeah, for mine, I had to target a car because it's the GPU drive spawn locations are in like negative 12,000 or some ridiculous number. So you just have to know where your first thing you're going to be looking at, where the center of your map is, and then make sure you pan it well.
Then what are the controls?
You click and drag around to move, and then you scroll wheel to change the Z.
Click and drag.
So you should be able to like move the map.
Whoa.
It's like
That might be a frame rate thing. Yeah, you should be able to use scroll wheel to like adjust things, and then. But it should be adjusting at an
my
angle.
mouse as well. Like the events are not firing correctly at all.
It looks like the map also got like.
Can you rotate it or no?
You should be able to, yeah.
With what?
And mine rotates.
With what control?
Like clicking and drag.
Let me just pull it up. Okay, so clicking and dragging moves it laterally. Zooming messes with the like scrolling messes with Z. Oh, I don't have rotate in here now.
Oh, okay.
But rotating should be pretty easy. All you have to do is just apply, you just change it with a button and to only apply it towards, I think, the X degree. Or no, the X and Z. Like if you do X and Z uniformly, I think is what it should be. It's either X and Z or Y and Z or some combination of two of the parameters and keeping the other fixed.
Yeah, this one is super glitchy for on this. Like I'd have to fix quite a bit.
I don't know why it would be glitchy. Like, is there too many things happening?
I think it's because the mouse buttons are also being used for.
Yeah.
Oh, the mouse buttons are being used.
Yeah, if you
But
just
it's
commenting
like the
for that,
wheel
by the
didn't
way.
even work either. Like, so something is
That's
weird.
that's
Well,
weird.
I don't use the wheel. That's weird.
Oh, maybe you don't have a camera target. Maybe that's why.
It is targeted.
No, no,
Oh
no.
wait, this is well true.
I have a
Isn't this not
parameter
how you
that
do
says
this?
camera target. Yours is reversed. That's reversed, but it's not like
This?
it's a problem. Yeah. No, no, no. It doesn't make a difference. What I'm saying is, oh no, you do have a target. Where's your target's that?
What do we have
Um,
reversed?
I just meant like your while loop is just permanently true. I do while not window should close. It doesn't
Oh
matter.
Yeah.
I probably should have that, but it's yeah.
I that actually does matter.
Yeah, it makes it hard to close with escape.
And then I think I do all of my destroys like in a separate function or something. Or I just have a free allocated.
Yeah, no, that still is not
All right, then I don't know.
very weird. I would
Are
like
you
to
updating? Is your camera forcibly updating every step inside of the end logic somewhere? Because mine, I just only set it one time at the create.
I didn't think we were changing it. The camera's just static. That's weird. So wait, you said draw order is a thing, but like
It affected me. Like if how did draw order affect the blocks when tower climb?
if you just draw like does it not keep track of depth at all or because like if it doesn't keep track of depth then how
I'm trying to remember how how it affected it because it made it. It was something was happening weirdly when I was adding the character on top of like the blocks and doing my animations.
mm-hmm.
And I had to change how like things were ordered. Let me try and see if I can read and remember like why I did something.
Hey, I finally got black hole stuff working like completely without crashing and stuff. You guys want to see it for a second?
Yeah.
Oh, you get a new weapon?
Yeah. Let me share my screen. The whole screen. Yeah. Smooth video. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, also for reference it took about 100 million steps to beat the first level.
The on GPU drive.
Yeah.
So the big like things are obviously temporary. You guys can see this, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so it'll like I still have to
Huh.
work out some of the kinks. It'll like pull you into it. I'm just doing this for like, yeah.
Does something happen when you hit the person, or is it kind of just like it starts to pull you in that direction?
So basically anything in this like sphere will pull you, and its strength is based on how close you are to it. It's right now it's linear, but I might make it something else. So you can just burst it away, or you could like break to stop it pulling you as much. Actually, break
So
doesn't
you
seem
have
to
to
work.
charge up to fire this thing?
Yeah, because I don't want people just spamming it.
Yeah,
And
it'd be
there's
a little unfair.
yeah, and there's usually only like I think like 2 shots, but I'm just having infinite right now because I'm testing it. But yeah, you can use it to like move floating walls or like move players. Or it has a weird interaction with the two of them. I guess they're like pulling each other, which kind of like almost cancels them out. It's weird.
Oh, interesting. They're like they themselves have their own like physics logic.
Yeah, so everything's like pulled by it. He got caught in two of them. Yeah, here I'll turn it on so I can see what
Yeah,
it's
they
like with
start
other
orbiting
weapons.
each other.
Yeah,
So does box 2D make that really simple?
yeah. No, I just apply like a force. So it's basically just and I it's a little more complicated because I want it to be a little more accurate and stuff, but oh yeah, I just drew the just for ease of use, I just drew those like big circles over everything because I was doing it quick. So we start out with the black hole weapon and have infinite ammo, but Oh man, I suck. I don't know. Oh my, I burst into mine. That killed me. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a cool idea. What do you guys think?
I'm trying to
Yeah, no,
figure out
these are
if
great. I think the gravity pull. You might only like want to just have it like shoot two of them or something, like one or two, and then like the gravity effect could be like a lot stronger, I would think.
Well, so like I said, normally this weapon's gonna have an ammo of 2,
Yeah.
but I just have it infinite for testing.
Well, I mean, if it only
So,
has two ammo, like I think the gravity effect could be maybe like a shorter radius but much stronger. I don't know.
well, it's already pretty strong. Like I'm not fighting it there, but I was completely sucked in. Yeah, I might make the radius a little shorter. I'm not sure. I do kind of want to have a
It could be
big-ish radius.
quadratic fall off as well.
Yeah, it's linear right now, but that's definitely not set in stone. Wait,
So
I'm
if you
just
do
trying to think.
yeah,
quadratic
I
fall
think
off and it's really strong at the center.
So wait, quadratic would be it drops off really fast when you get away from the center.
Yeah, but very strong at the center. That's how gravity works, right? Gravity is
Oh, okay.
quadratic.
Okay. Let me see about adding that then. Um, yeah, it's just here in scale. Right now, I just do like the scale of affects the magnitude. It's just the distance divided by the max. The distance that is from like the
Hmm.
affected
I
entities
think if
from
you
the
just
center.
squared what is it, distance to make it quadratic in this case? No.
Well, it has to be normalized, so it's between one and it's 0 and 1. So it'd be yeah, like gotta think. Now my brain is completely blanking. Mm, so that's interesting though. That is how gravity works. Normally, I didn't know that. That is quadratic fall off or whatever. Hmm.
All right, I gotta head out.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.
Yeah, it might actually, this might be rendering order stuff.
Hmm. Do you need to defer rendering? Root 3D editor.
Now, this is confusing. I think it should work. Like, there's no way that they don't have depth in here. That wouldn't make sense. I know. I'm getting kind of hungry and I need to go get some food and stuff before. I'll probably be back later today. We gotta like I gotta get some stuff working on this. I'd really like to
Okay.
have like a nice render so we can just get this stuff merged in and start playing with it. I mean, it's like
So
we need to fix the bugs on it, but like it's already starting to look okay. We definitely need some effects and stuff.
yeah, yeah, that's definitely looking a lot better for sure. Yeah, we just The collision stuff is obviously like huge, but I'm just not sure. You think that's like a rendering
Well,
ordering thing?
we should definitely figure out what the heck is wrong with the rendering because
Yeah.
it's stuff that's like it looks like it's at the wrong height or drawn in the wrong order or something. I can't quite tell.
Yeah.
Oh, shut. Like, am I going through walls here, or is it just hard to see?
I don't think you're going through a wall because if you want to really you could just turn this layout off.
It looks.
So
Oh
that
wait, hang on. Have we? It looks like we're one tile off here, right?
yeah, I see that. I see that.
We could just be
Are
a
you on
tile
tile?
off.
Are you on tile off on the other side though? Is it like consistent?
Let's see. These these fuckers don't kill me. Yeah, look. See, I can't get further than this.
Yeah.
We're a
Okay.
tile off.
Off by one.
Okay, but are we
Is
off
it?
by one in the bot or
Yeah, that's the question. I
here?
it
I'll show you the
might
render
be the
wall.
it might be the walls because I've seen projectiles look like they phase through walls or I've seen things do other same behavior, so
Okay.
it might be wall.
So then here, this is what we have. It's wall pause.x.
Mm-hmm.
So pause.x. Well, it could be this translate stuff being weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, what do you? I missed this. What do you need RL push matrix and pop matrix for?
The
That's for the
rotation.
rotations. Interesting. Oh, you can just tell it to. Oh, that's kind of nice. I missed that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, just so your drawing rotated now.
Oh, I like that.
See, you don't need a wrapper.
The more you know.
I say, which is kind of ironic because RayLib is a wrapper, but like stuff like text is kind of,
Well, sometimes wrappers are useful.
it's all gone. That's interesting. It is literally all gone there. Is the grid just like screwing it up? Doesn't make any sense. The grid can't be screwing it up. It's just lines. Yeah, the walls are gone.
And what did you change?
I just took the translate off. Rotate. Pause X. Yeah, they're just gone. That's bizarre. Oh, wall pause.x. Yeah, it was the wrong space. Well, this map kind of sucks for testing. Too much red.
If you want, there's one thing you can edit
I just
in
exploded
the.
up here.
What? I missed that.
Look,
Where?
see, it's off by one still, right?
Yeah.
And then if I go
Uh,
here, wait,
if you want to pin it to a map, I can show you how to do that in like 2 seconds.
boom.
Yeah.
We're off. We're definitely off by one.
Yeah.
So it was not the matrix stuff. 2 times extent. But is pause the center point? Wait.
Yeah. Pause is the
Oh,
center
so then
point.
this is wrong, isn't it?
You were assuming it was something else.
Wait, RL translate. This should be minus wall extent, right?
Why are you subtracting the extent?
Because it's got to draw from left. You can't draw around the midpoint.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So this should
Yeah,
fix
I wish
it.
you could. I wish you could just draw around the midpoint. That'd be nice.
Okay, so now
Yeah, all the positions are centered at, or all the positions are the
I
center
still
of
just
whatever entity.
boom.
You
Okay.
might be having the same, like, off, like, or, yeah,
Huh.
might need to do that same change to everything.
I'm crazy off now, aren't I? Now
Oh,
no,
wow.
now I'm off by. Hang on, I was off by a half, and now I'm off by more than a half. How did that work? I'm more off than I was before. Now I'm actually off by 1. Two times wall extent. Wall extent. Is it the left corner? Are we sure it's the middle? It's not the left corner of the wall?
Um, I don't know.
Okay, I don't think you actually have these drawn by the midpoint.
Well, so how I'm drawing them in
Or not how
2D.
I don't think they're represented by the midpoint rather.
No, they are. They 100% are.
Then why is this
The
correct?
pause, the pause is the midpoint because that's always how
Oh
Box
wait,
2D
is
does it.
this well now this is too much.
Yeah.
But then oh
Whoa.
this is correct.
Huh.
I just go through Yes, we just go through these.
No, you hit it. It was just the height was off. The yellow
Completely
one at
off.
least. Yeah.
Bonk. Still off. If you say it is the midpoint, then it should be this.
I think
Minus
it's just 3D. It's 3D rendering being weird. I can tell you with like a 99.9% certainty pause is the midpoint for
there's
all the
nothing weird
entities.
about 3D.
I don't know.
You can have this exact same crap in 2D. It's the same. Look,
Yeah,
it is virtually 2D anyways, because I'm just using a fixed Y.
I do remember I had to play a lot with getting stuff to translate, and it was like different for different shapes. It wasn't like consistent, which was like frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, this one is just a radius, right? Pause X, pause
uh,
the drone.
no. Well, the pause is always the actual position in the world on the center of the entity.
Mm-hmm. Which is
Yeah.
what we want. So
Yes.
the drone render should be fine.
It should. But okay, you're not inverting the y-axis. Is that like, does that matter?
It could.
If you're doing it everywhere, see what's weird is if you're not inverting the y-axis everywhere, I would think that you would be moving invertedly, but you aren't, right? I don't know how you're controlling it, but when you press W, you go up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's weird. Okay, whatever. If it works, it works.
Hmm. Well, it doesn't. Like the rendering is screwed up somehow.
Yeah, but like
Oh, actually, I wonder if it is. No, I think it is screwed up on both axes.
yeah, it is screwed up on the Y.
Boing. Man, this is so close. It's like, games look super janky when stuff doesn't quite line up and then it just kind of all clicks.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Well, when
imagine
you.
if this actually lined up perfectly, this would be super smooth,
Mm-hmm.
right? It just, like, it's slightly off. I like this grid effect on the bottom as well.
No, I do like that. I agree.
Oh, do you notice that the grid actually lines up now?
Oh, it does.
Wait, does it?
Wait, no,
Hold
it's
on.
it's off in the center.
It's
See
off in
that?
the center, but then it's warped. So it starts. Yeah, now it's not even off by a half. Okay, something's giga screwed.
Well, it might depend on the map because you're drawing.
It's
No.
drawing around the center.
Yeah, never mind. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not bouncing off the walls as well when I try to burst because I'm not as close to them as I think. I still don't burst off the wall.
You should if you get close enough. You can try it against the blue wall because that won't kill you. Yeah, you were just farther than you thought.
Yeah, something's very screwy. I'm trying to think. It's like, do the projectiles look right?
Um, they're off a little. Well, they're off in the same way, I think, because you can see them sometimes. I think they are the same as the
Yeah, they are.
dragons. Yeah,
See, this is off by one as well because you go
yeah.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's off by one. The whole wall is off by one. Well, how the hell is that possible? Like how plus? Hang on, I haven't tried the other axis. Let me make sure it's the same on both axes. Okay, so this one is here, and then this one. Sniper map. Bonk. It's like this one is. Hang on. Okay, so this one goes all the way to the end, right? Whoa. Camera decided to start working when I didn't want it to. Yeah, no, it is. Okay, it is off by one on both axes, though.
On the X and the Y.
Yeah. So, how? And this is absolutely how you would do it. And you have the times two. Two times extent is the width. Like two times extent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that should be right.
Wait, hang on. You have width, pause x, pause y, origin.
Yeah, no, the
Okay,
You need
so
origin
you
and it's like
offset the
weird.
origin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you do. Mm,
It's weird. I couldn't tell you how it works at this point.
no, I mean it makes sense. It's just like somehow we are off by a tile. Isn't it literally just this one though? But I tried this and it didn't fix it, I'm pretty sure.
Alright.
It's still off by a tile. How did I just change this and have it still be off by a tile? Like one tile. It should have at least changed. Should change something.
Whenever you do figure this out and get it fixed, like you should just at least like stage it or commit it. Just so
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
it
I
works.
need to make a fork and like whatever.
But yeah, I like to stage changes like even if I'm not ready to commit. Like I think I mentioned that before because it's helpful if you accidentally break something and can't figure out what you broke.
Yeah, I'm getting tired though. I need to get some food in me and I need to get ready
Yeah,
to do some stuff.
same.
So for folks watching here, more dev later today most likely. If you want to check out the project, puffer.ai, it's all open source. New M being merged in soon. Courtesy of Captain here. Go ahead, start the project. Helps us out a ton. If you want to get involved with dev, join the Discord. If you want more RL content, you can follow me on X, as well as checking out the blog here.